Computapes Excel Video 5, formatting inside one cell. When you type characters into a cell, Microsoft Excel will align the characters depending on what kind or what type of characters they are. For example, if we click in cell D3 and we type a word like hello and hit enter, notice it is aligned to the left side of the cell. This could be more clearly seen if we stretch the column wider, and you can see that any letters that you type will automatically be aligned to the left. Now, that is different from numeric characters. If I type the number 61 and push enter, notice it is automatically aligned to the right of the cell no matter how wide the cell is. I could type in any number, 456. It will automatically be aligned to the right of the cell because it is a number. Now that is very important because there are things that Excel can do with numbers that it can't do with words, and the way that Excel tells you that it's perceiving this as a word rather than a number is by aligning it automatically to the left or aligning the number automatically to the right. That's very important because if you had a mix of characters, if you had a number with a letter, Excel would align that to the left to tell you that even though there is a number in that set of characters, Excel is treating this as a word or letters rather than numbers, and therefore cannot do any calculation with it. The only way Excel can tell you that is by automatically aligning it to the left. You can always change the default alignment of a set of text or characters by using the alignment group in the Home tab. So, notice here is the Home tab, here is the alignment group, Home, Alignment, and these are the same symbols that you would see in Microsoft Word or PowerPoint when you want to align text. So for example, if I stretch this column a little wider, you can see this in action a little more clearly. Click in the cell. If I click center, boom, the contents are centered no matter how wide the column is. If you click here and you click, even though this is a number, I can still click the left alignment and Excel will still perceive this as a number and still be able to do calculations with this number even though it's aligned to the left. So again, in this cell we have changed the default alignment. Click over, I could click this and I can make it centered. I can click a word and I can make it centered. And it'll always stay that way no matter how much you change, no matter how much you stretch or contract the column. There are three ways to get the insertion point, also called the cursor. There are three ways to get this to show up in a cell. You could double click. For example, if I wanted to make a space between the word good and the word buy, I could move the mouse pointer right over that part of the cell and double click. And as you can see, the flashing line is there, and I can hit the space bar on the keyboard and separate them. That would be one way. You know, I could also push dashes or type other letters inside before I push enter. The other way to get the insertion point inside a cell, after you click on the cell, you could also click in the formula bar. For example, I could click before the letter O, and I could type in other letter O's, and as you can see, whatever you type in the formula bar will affect the current cell and vice versa. Now I hit enter, and that's the new text. The third way to get the insertion point into the cell is to push F2 on your keyboard. Just push, I'm pushing F2 right now, and as you can see, the insertion point goes there. If you want the insertion point to go away, you hit escape, and it will not save the changes in the cell.